Oh, this is great. We're on live now. So good morning from sunny Port Elliot in South Australia. It's actually Thursday, the 24th of March today, and we really do have the sunshine outside on an autumn day compared to what yesterday was of grey sky and all the rest. I do have the birds singing outside somewhere, but not in the bird bath, so that's why I didn't do the lead in with that showing to you. And it really is actually a very nice day. So I'm going to get into the cards straight away pretty much. And I have a hello to Adair Palmer, who is actually on the Body Soul app, as I'm live streaming to the 5 different locations. And that's one that I can't bring in comments to the live stream like I can with other comments here like this one. And I'm showing this as an example at the moment because I know I'm a little bit early compared to what I usually do. It's now just showing 1 minute to 8 o'clock, so I am just that little bit early, which is fine. Tap into your intuitive senses as you're moving throughout all of your day. Just allow that is your gut feeling, those intuitive senses, because it's very highly connected, of course, that you are actually trusting that inner self and what you know within is the right way to move forward with what you're doing in each of those instances. Good morning, Sarah. Lovely to have you here, because I am spot on time now. It's 8 o'clock here on my computer at least. So what we're going to do is go straight over to the cards now. Good morning, Keza. Lovely to see you. And we'll begin with the reading of the Owl card down here. Beautiful card, and you might have noticed already that I've snuck an extra card in. I am a work in progress. Let's focus that. We're all continually a work in progress and learning and growing and just being who we are. We can't be anything else. So stop trying to be someone else and be yourself and continue on with that work in progress. There we go. Beautiful card, that one. And then we do have the Inner Soul Guidance deck here that I have the second card that I've pulled, which is the Heart card this morning. So that is a gorgeous card too, and it really is the essence of who we are, is from our heart. Be that love, feel that love, offer that love, and in all things be motivated by love. And it's not just that silly what we write songs about, the agape love, or whatever one it is, the being in love and stuff like that. They can be so fleeting. What we're looking at here is actually the depths of the unconditional love and being love. So that is a gorgeous card. Now that one I am going to leave there, sitting in full view for the whole reading. And good morning, Connie. Lovely to have you here as well. And we've got Marie. Great to have you here as well. Now, just a reminder, this is a general card spread reading for those who are new to my morning card readings. It's not a card pull for each individual question and things like that. It is you continuing your journey ahead by tapping into your own intuition, your spiritual guidance and connections, and bringing in what your understanding of the messages in these cards for you, your interpretation with your guidance, because you know more specifically what your own life circumstances are. And you'll get the deepest messages and meanings from it when you do practice and continue to grow your own intuitive understandings. Now, the next card that we've got, I did feel I needed to pull one of these cards. It's the Numbers Work numerology cards. And what you can see here is it is the number 1 and independence. So what we're actually learning from that card is conditions call for independent thought and innovative action. So it is up to us as that independent individual us to continue growing in that work in progress. So it is possible to strike out on a new path as needed. and it does enable you to stand on your own 2 feet. You do not have to rely on others. It's lovely to have that help from others, but this is just letting us know that we can be as our own entity and energies today in that independence. Okay. Now, this deck of cards is what we're using, for the main reading. So, Sira Marchetti's Gilded Reverie LENORMAND, or LENORMAND. So, a wonderful deck that I've been using for years now, and that is multiple years. 3 at least doing these daily live streams, and possibly longer for that before I started doing client readings, that sort of thing. So here we go with the 5-card spread. Some of you may be familiar with these, others may be new to it. Good morning, Nat. So tap into what it means for you as I'm reading through these 5 cards. The Coffin is the card that's in the home space. The Young Man is in the workspace. What we've got up the top of the cross is the garden or the parks. It might be in your deck, because this is not the only type of Lenormand card deck that you can come across. So after the parks in the unexpected, we go down to the base of the cross, which is the fox in our role. That's what the energy of this card position is. And right in the centre, I loved it when I saw this placing, it's being placed. It is the rider card in the outcome, or that pivot role. So a lovely card to be in that space. So as we start with the Coffin being in that home space, it is a continuation of what we're doing and moving forward with as far as cleansing, cleaning out, spring cleaning for those of you who are on the other hemisphere that are going into your spring. You're a little bit into it now. You've nearly the first month of spring happening. And we're needing to clean out and move the energy, shift it into those other realms wherever it needs to be, so that all those things that are not being used anymore, what is it that you're really finding is dead to you, that's not working anymore, even energetically, that needs to be shifted on. You're needing to actually shift it on yourself, or ask for help for someone else to help you to shift it on. I know when I was clearing out a house after, that was after divorce and finishing off with that home, etc. It was very difficult to clean out the family home myself. It was the original family home that I'd built with my husband at the time. The sentimental value and all that. I actually got offered the help. Said, no, I can do it myself. But in the end, I couldn't. So if you feel that you need that help, even if it's from your spiritual guidance to gain more help in that more esoteric or the emotional side of things, even, that you actually do ask for it. Be open to being offered help and getting that shifted on. So even to the point of, if you really need to, giving it a burial. So that's what we've got in the home space. So it could even be involving someone who you are actually helping to move on to the other world, to home, actually, as far as a death or a funeral. For those who are experiencing that level of grief in their home space, I do send my love and hugs to you. It does go through all the realms of even sometimes something that we find really, really important to us that we're having to shift on, that it can be a grief pattern as well. So acknowledge that it is okay, and then move on from that energy, having cleared that space, okay? And bringing in the new, because we're on our way to the workspace. That young energy of the male, really think that young man, bringing in that new energy, because what we've got right in that center is the pivot. It really is that new pathway. It is a message coming through. For our workspace, it could be a new project or some ideas that you might have, or that someone else might have in your team. And being open to that, reflect on it, and put some thought into what might be that next step for you as you're traveling that pathway. Remember too to bring it in from the heart space, that it's something that that you're going to enjoy and love doing. And that the emphasis on that, as far as, am I really enjoying this, and expressing yourself, saying that this is, in whatever way that you've got that idea to share, or an opinion around, is there a better way to do it that's going to bring in more of that, loving energy, that you really love doing it, and that the team will love doing it too, if you're working with a team. So that's how I'm feeling the energy of the young man in the workspace this morning, because there is a new, we're on that one, the start of a new message, new ideas. So what might be unexpected is spending that, having these great visions, have that, the ideas, and bringing them out and open into the public, especially in your workspace, and with the home space, with being able to fully enjoy that is your home. Most of us, I'm making an assumption here, most of us probably have a little patch of garden. Bring that enjoyment into both spaces and places as well, that the natural, what is Mother Nature, even if all you can manage is a vase of fresh flowers or something like that, just so that it really, or a pot plant. So it's really connecting you with what is the natural way of things. It's not necessarily a park, and sometimes this does mean being out in the public, so bringing your position on things, almost like a soapbox. I'm not feeling that, but you might come across someone that brings those ideas to you in a soapbox manner, in a public way. Be open to it, because that is the unexpected energies for the day today. What we've got as our role with the fox is, I just feel the intelligence of the fox, because, as a kid, we did used to go spotlighting all the different things that you see as you're learning and growing up. And farm life certainly did teach me a lot. And that was mainly by observation and doing and things like that. Foxes are very clever. And it really is just something that, in this card for our role today, it's analysing what we need to know in a more clever way, is what I'm thinking. It's not in being the sneaky manipulative that we sometimes feel the fox is, because this does have that feel about it, as the fox is looking back at that rooster, and which way can I get under that fence again, or get into the coop. It's that feeling of, because we actually do have the energies being from that loving space, it's, look, I've got to provide it. Our role is, the working out, how do we provide for what is our family? What ways can we do this in a smarter way? And I'm feeling that partly is because I did just read of how some of the other costs are going to be going up. Saw a flip on the news last night as far as the fresh fruit and vegetables, because of floods, are going to be way more expensive. All of these ways that we're needing to look after our family, our own space, and what we're doing in a more productive and cost-effective way. And I'm feeling that also as the cost-effective way to the environment. Here we've got our natural resources in the parks or the gardens, beautifully presented here in that depiction of a wonderful garden and park. And we're needing to be smarter around how we are actually, our role in that, in our responsibility in looking after hearth and home, and that is closer to us, but also the wider environment, and that is more community, country-based, and even global. We are a global world. And this is what I'm feeling as far as with moving into that central position of the outcome, what is coming up for our future. The message is to be responsible for that is closest to us first. That's what I'm feeling. And what is the message that you yourselves are getting? It'd be lovely to have some of that feedback. And And you're forming local community groups to do produce swaps, Adair. That's really good. It's that sort of idea, these new ways that we can, although they come back to actually being really old ways of building community and feeling into what space can we be more effective and efficient in how we're managing our resources at the ground level. Ground level really does come back to being home, not even purchasing into what is stuff that's just going to be going back to landfill and is wasted. How much do you actually need to live a wonderful, loving, productive life? I really do feel that's the message that we're getting. It's almost like we are on a new pathway. The message is we have to start with who is the number one, our individual, independent self, and deciding which way that we are going to move forward, riding that rainbow. And it's a beautiful energy to have right in the center of our reading today, because basically, I'm going to go back to this. It does come down to us, our own choices and responsibilities of how we are wanting to live our lives that's going to leave forward for our children and the grandchildren and future generations a space and place that they too can live full and productive lives, and at the same time looking after what is our natural environment, because without it, it won't be a humanity that lasts much longer than a couple of centuries potentially. Who knows where it's going to grow into and what it is going to be for our future generations. I'd like to be able to have them see out and enjoy, you see out, not just sitting here like I do a lot of the time, sitting and looking out, but being out and about in a beautiful, natural, growing environment of what nature, Mother Earth, is providing for us. There you go. That's all of my little preachy stuff. I do care for the environment and do what I can, and it does start as one person. And we share that with another, and it grows like community groups do. And produce swaps, great idea, Adair. Love that. And each and every one of us can do in our own way what we feel is that's needed to keep on growing that to being the best that Mother Earth can offer us and our future, isn't it? So there we go, and thank you, Keza. You have a wonderful day too, and that blessing to each and every one of you from Keza and from me too, because one of the things with being able to share in this way, it does bring together us as family, community, in whatever way to share with each other. That energy, that love that we're being encouraged to share, this love, the unconditional type, that is the core of who we are. It really does grow as we share. So, and it starts with us. Thank you, Connie. It is so true. And thank you from you to everyone to have a lovely day as well. So I am going to leave it there for the day today. And thank you, Sarah. It is absolutely gorgeous to have these cards. It's absolutely gorgeous to have your love to share. And each and every one of you, just keep being the best you that you can be. Remember that we are all a work in progress. It never completes or finishes, because we are live beings with love in our hearts to share and grow. Namaste till tomorrow. Bye.